do think that the audio levels were kind of fucked up, and I was too quiet.
Yeah, I don't mess with the levels. Were you too quiet?
I was too quiet.
You should speak up.
How can you not mess with the levels? Isn't it like one of the key components of what you're doing?
Not if I don't do it. I mean, if I don't do it, it's not one of the key components.
Anyway,
I feel like everyone should speak at the volume they want to be heard.
In any case,
see, you know that is horseshit. Like, you know that is like. Okay, let's move.
I was gonna say, I mean.
Well, go ahead.
Yeah, but
I'll sometimes pump people up or down a little bit, on the overall. But I don't if you've got a quiet part and a loud part, I feel that's on you. All right. I'll mess with the levels.
I mean, if you don't know how to do it, if you want to edit it and send me the tracks, I can try to do a better job.
No, it is way easier than like manipulating.
That's what I'm saying.
Manipulating time can be. Well, let's not get into that because I think that's Jeremy's topic.
Yes, well, somewhat. Also, okay. My other procedural question, I thought that I liked how you did what I said and put, some funny shit at the beginning before the theme music came in, but I thought it was it a bit long.
Yeah, it was hard to know when to cut that out. I mean, there was so much good shit.
There was a lot of good places to cut it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You think it should?
You mean
should it be
the old podcast, right? Like where the stomp horn starts it off, and then there's just some banter for a while.
Yeah. But you don't want too much. You want just like a little bit, right at first before the theme music.
The thing was, I thought that was okay, that is what would happen if this were the second season of the podcast, and we had 7,000 listeners. And everybody knew that the stomp horn meant, okay, this is the start of the podcast.
I think people probably know that by now.
Well, see, again, that's horseshit, and you know it. I mean, that's our thing.
Okay, the first time they listen, they're going to be like, what the fuck is that? But then after that, the second time, they'll be like, oh, well, it starts with that stomp horn every time.
Maybe we should explain that on this episode.
I was concerned that the stomp horn was too loud, because if you're listening to it loud enough that you can hear people's voices, the stomp horn is painful.
So you do actually, it does actually occur to you that things are different volumes.
Yeah, I just, by the time I got to the end of putting everything in the right place, I was just...
You were tired of it. No, I understand.
This. I've had enough.
That's why, which is why I very generously offered to balance the levels for you if you're just sick of dealing with it at that point.
I might
Chris,
send that
take
on.
him off on
yeah,
that.
I might do that. I think
offer.
I will.
He's a very good audio engineer.
It's true. As I was saying earlier,
I'm considering asking him to mix a bunch of the songs that I can't mix without making them sound like garbled.
As I was saying earlier, I looked.
No, those songs sound really good.
I did at one time.
Well, I mean, I know that, and you know that, but
the world will come around.
I did at one time look up an article that was called "How to Record Music," and they made some interesting points that I had not considered. They in fact pointed out that when balancing audio, it is one of your options is to turn a given track down.
Right.
Oh, come on, Nate.
No. Why would you do that?
I thought you were going to say something.
I don't get why you would do that. Don't you want it to be as loud as possible?
Look, I don't claim to understand the reasons why it works sometimes. They also suggested you could occasionally not put a lot of effects on a given track.
Oh, I used to do that all the time. I mean, it was before I knew how to do that.
Before you knew how to put effects on, you would not put effects on.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what really pisses me off about a lot of audio recording equipment is when you look at your levels, you can only get up to 0. Like, I want to be in positive numbers so people can hear me. I feel like if it's below 0, I'm not doing my job.
You know, Chris, if it worked for you, we might just be some ordinary man.
Should we start the podcast?
Yeah,
Hang on, I gotta plug this iPad in, or it's gonna...
yeah, that's what happened to my computer
everyone settled
before.
on their...
Oh, shit! Oh!
Oh, you should start...
I gotta get a towel. I just ruined my wife's, like, precious
You
rug.
should start the podcast with that, Chris. See, that's a...
Yeah.
That's a
I
good
dropped her
stinger.
iPad in it.
Right there, that's a great stinger to start the podcast.
Oh, my God.
Is that what that's called? That's called a stinger?
That's what I'm calling it.
Welcome to the Flowers of Disgust podcast. I'm your host, Kenneth Tennis. And I'd like to introduce some of my favorite people. Christopher Winter from various places. Yeah. Jonathan.
Hi, Evan. What's up?
J.Mullis.
Hi.
Of Mission Hills, Kansas, exclusively. And my name, of course, is D.Gibson. Let's get the show on the road, Johnny.
On this episode of Bear Friend Tea Party, topics include... Topic 1, best and worst time travel movies, time travel more generally. Topic 2, fucking Geese, am I right? Topic 3, let's take turns saying amusing words. And topic 4, rattle me bones. Yeah.
Topic 1.
Best and worst time travel movies, time travel generally. So, I went back and forth on... I was going to do best and worst time travel movies, but then I thought that would be too, obvious, and maybe we wouldn't have enough to talk about, so I added time travel generally.
I think we'll have plenty to talk about.
Alright. Well, I mean, I would say that it's pretty obvious. Best time travel movie, 12 Monkeys, and worst time travel movie is the Lake House with Keanu Reeves.
I ain't seen that.
You're right. We do need to talk about time travel in general.
I mean,
12 Monkeys.
So you're...
Yeah, I would say so.
That's good.
I would say so.
That's fair.
You're blowing right past the Back to the Future.
What about, did you guys see Safety Not Guaranteed? That movie was pretty good.
Is that involved time travel?
Yes.
and it was good?
So, it's somewhat ambiguous, but yes. Yeah, it's definitely a sort of tangentially about time travel.
Yeah, I ain't seen that. I mean, I guess in general...
What's this? What are you doing, Danny? What's that?
I think he's...
BFTP2. Excuse me. BFTP2.
Really? You think the second one is the best?
It has the most time traveling in it.
So you'd judge a time travel movie purely on the quantity.
That isn't entirely what I meant. I mean, I don't know if it is the best of the three in the Back to the Future movies, but it is definitely.
And no, it's not.
No, it's not. No, it's not even close.
But he's saying it's best. But you're saying it's definitely the best.
No, wait, hold on a minute. I really don't think the jury is that far in. I think the jury is
that far in.
Seriously, I think the jury is pretty fucking out. I think Back to the Future Part 2 is really good.
I would say that. It's got all that crazy future shit.
Right, and like the evil Biff and the alternate 1985.
I think if...
Wait, the Biff is always evil.
No, that's not true. Sometimes he's a toady.
That's true.
That's true. He makes a good point there.
Glad we mentioned toadies in this.
I withdraw the point.
If we were talking just about the best film in the Back to the Future series of films, I think I might be tempted to go with 2 as well, because it's certainly not 3. No one liked that one.
I like that one.
I mean, Mary Steenburgen, am I right?
I think you are right that she was in that.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Can I point of clarification? What is the future year in Back to the Future 2
2015
that they go to? So that's next year.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Be prepared to get really sick of that movie on Facebook in the next year.
Either a lot is going to change in the next year, or next year is going to be very disappointing based on that movie.
No, there's just going to be a bunch of stupid memes. Right?
Well, I'm glad I'm not on Facebook at all.
Well, I don't know. I wouldn't go that far.
I'm glad I don't have a computer.
I wouldn't want to put up with that shit.
No,
is that why you
say that?
What are you?
He records his podcast on his iPhone.
I told you, it's a pine tree.
That's why there's a voice memo program.
Specifically designed for recording.
Okay, what
podcasts.
else is there? What other time travel movies are there?
I should have. I wish I had a chance to prepare.
I did add this.
Oh, what about Time Bandits? People like that movie.
That was stupid. I didn't
really
like Time
like
Bandits
it
at all. I mean, if you like the idea that if you're going Terry Gilliam time travel movies,
I know.
Going to Time Bandits.
I just felt obliged to mention it.
I rented Time Bandits, and I was super disappointed.
I was disappointed,
I think
too.
just because I did not realize it was a children's movie.
Yeah.
The same thing happened to me with Follow That Bird.
That really is a disappointing time travel movie.
Yeah. Follow that bird through time.
Well, I thought Follow That Bird 2 was the best of the trilogy.
I felt the same way. I felt the same way about Where in Time as Carmen Sandiego. No, but I mean, I guess I would say in general, I'm kind of. I think time travel is kind of dumb.
Like, as a movie premise, or as a thing to do?
It's very problematic. It is fundamentally, pretty much by definition, illogical, and just kind of leads to some kind of
great fiction.
Great fiction.
I mean, that's the whole
some cases,
point.
yeah.
It leads to all the contradictions. And recursive.
So, is that why you like 12 Monkeys? Because ostensibly it's like one of the few time travel movies that actually works functionally?
I'll tell you what I like about 12 Monkeys. I think what makes it work is that it's a little bit funny. The time travel technology is very kind of
unreliable.
Crude.
Yeah.
It's unreliable and crude, so they're just kind of sending people willy-nilly back into the past. And I think as a result,
isn't it kind of like that in the Terminator movies?
Shit,
kind of unreliable.
I was gonna say that.
I've only seen Terminator 3, so I'm not the one to.
Is that really? Is that true?
T2. No.
I don't know. I like the first one.
I don't think I saw the first one. I heard the first one was the best.
I've only seen the third one, and I thought it was okay.
I agree. The third one is
just
okay.
Weird.
No, the third one is okay. The first one is better than okay, and the second one is... Hey. The second one is the best time travel movie of the series.
The second Terminator movie? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Oh man, I wish they would. If they made a second 12 Monkeys movie, it would probably be really good.
Well, Can I ask you this in all seriousness? Have you seen the short film that the 12 Monkeys is based on?
I have not. Is it good?
No.
I mean, it's a short film. I think it's called La Jetée.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
that sounds right.
That sounds really good. It's French?
Yes. I'm trying to actually talk about it. I don't really remember it, but it's mostly the shit.
Might be difficult.
The shit at the airport.
Mm-hmm.
I like that shit at the airport.
I mean, I think that's what La Jetée means, like the runway.
The flight or something?
The jet, like a jetty. No, not a jet, but you know.
Oh, like a jetway.
No. Like a jetty, like in nautical, like is a kind of like a dock or something.
It's a thing. Yeah, it's a thing that goes
like a
out
pile
into
of rocks, right?
a lake.
It's just a pile of rags.
It's like an airport?
Like an airport, exactly. No, I mean it's like a runway.
So you saw this?
I think I slept through it, yeah. When I decided not to be a film major. No, seriously. I mean, it's like 7 minutes or something. It's a short.
You slept through a 7-minute film.
No, I slept through most of the films.
It may have actually been longer, but
no. Let's.
Like, I need longer to get to sleep. I would never be able to sleep through a 7-minute film. I'd just be getting comfortable and adjusting.
You didn't take this class, no.
I guess
no, I'm going to look it up. I think it was maybe it was like 15 minutes. I don't know. But it was...
I did not know 12 Monkeys was even based on something.
Unless I'm thinking of a different Brad Pitt movie.
Was Brad Pitt in 12...
Wasn't he?
Yeah, that was like the first movie where he branched out and played somebody really crazy and comical, and now he does that all the time.
Oh, yeah, he
28
the sun.
28 minutes. 28 minutes. 28 minutes in before the buzzer.
Topic 2.
I don't want to brag, but I live in Kansas City. And there are a lot of geese here. Like, it's not as... I know you guys grew up in Kansas City, and it wasn't as bad then, but there are fucking geese everywhere here, and they stay here year-round. they're supposed to be migrating, but they just stay here year round. Like they should be south for the winter. They should be down in Florida or Georgia or somewhere. But they've just set up camp, and it doesn't matter where you go. All the trails are covered with goose shit just constantly. I'm really pissed off about the geese, and I just wanted to publicly call them out. That's all I have to say about them.
Okay, whose turn is it now? No, I mean, what do you want us to do about it?
You know,
that's all I want. I'm upset about the geese. I want to suggest that geese are the most contemptible version of waterfowl.
Does anybody have the number of your congressman? The phone number. Let's call the congressman right now live on air.
I don't even know who my congressman is.
Let's call our congressman and complain about the geese shit problem.
You want me to dial them in?
Well, just.
Yeah, we couldn't get YouTube to work. I'm concerned.
Well, we can dial someone in.
Let's call the Kansas congressman.
Kansas City, Missouri.
Shawnee
Is that
Mission,
Emmanuel Cleaver?
You live in Shawnee Mission, Kansas, right?
Yeah, but most of the geese are in Missouri.
Oh,
I've noticed. They stick around.
That's not true. You see
them all around Brush Creek on the trails.
Because there's a lake there.
It's not a lake. It's a river,
There's a
and
lake
it's frozen over.
Brush Creek is not a lake.
It's a river. It's
I'm
creek,
sorry. I was thinking Loose Park. He said Brush Creek, but I was thinking Loose Park.
They are around Loose Park as well. And the thing is, the water's totally frozen over. There's nothing for them to drink. There's no. I don't understand why they're there.
It's not a lake. It's not even a creek. I mean, it's. We gotta call my dad because my dad knows all about what Brush Creek is like a scam basically.
Well,
it's a. Wait, are you saying it's
there?
Not
but
there?
It was built by I don't know. There was some issue with kickbacks and there was a cement company involved. I don't know.
It was a Pendergrast era development.
Right?
So what you're saying is the geese are corrupt.
I believe that the political machine that ran Kansas City at the time was closely tied to a concrete company, and thusly they decided to pave this large swath of creek for no reason except to spend money on concrete.
Right, and the creek is basically like a big open sewer.
Well,
it is now because it's covered in goose shit. Like these geese are everywhere. They're
having
plague.
Different conversations.
And the thing is, they're not even they're lazy geese, because if they were lazy, they would have flown south and stayed there.
So what is your?
It's like they don't even care that it's winter.
Let me ask you this:
they'd be more comfortable if they flew south?
Let me ask you this:
they're spiteful.
I think that. I mean, are they Canada geese?
I don't know.
This might.
I don't
be
know what
south
kind of goose
them.
they are. No, but they never used to stay here all winter.
Okay, but beside the, I mean, I guess
they're just here year round.
I guess my
now.
question
they're
is
here year round.
I guess I have two questions. I have two questions.
Go.
Is that true? Is that
true?
True that they are here year round?
Yeah,
or is that
they're
just
here
something
year round now.
You're saying now? And
no, that is true. That is a fact.
And number two, what is your complaint about the geese? Is that they poop a lot, or that
they shit all over everything? Like all the walking trails in the area, the walking and biking trails are covered with goose shit.
Christopher Winter,
year round.
Do you have more of a right to walk than the geese have to poo?
Yes. Yes, the geese should not be here year round. They're defying nature.
I have another question.
Don't you think you're defying nature by paving a creek?
Okay, I did not personally.
You know what else is interesting about that scam is that there are rumors of dead bodies being paved underneath Fresh Creek, like
I
mafia
went to
style.
Well,
no, we gotta call my dad. We gotta get my dad on the horn because
I one time. Okay, yeah. One time. I hung out at this guy's apartment. He had like a basement apartment in downtown KC. This was back in the day, and they had like the kind of exposed brick walls and stuff. And in on one section of the floor, it was concrete. His floor was concrete and stuff, and there was hair. There was like what appeared to be human hair showing in the concrete floor. So this guy said, but I saw it. But I think it seemed legitimate.
Guys, I just got an update from Barb.
Did you eat? Did you really?
Oh, okay.
I did.
Okay, go.
I texted her happy birthday. She says, thanks. Saw a good sunset. Now drinking Mai Tais and eating raw fish for dinner.
I'm gonna text her as well.
So there you go.
What a show off.
Barb or me?
You name it. No, I mean.
Or the fish.
That's no way to spend your 16th birthday.
Are they in
Is she turning
Hawaii?
16. It was okay, 60th. Did she subscribe to this podcast?
You'd think
I
she
submitted it to iTunes like yesterday, so I would assume so.
By now, probably, yeah.
So
we mentioned
is it available in iTunes now, or is it like... How does that work?
Yeah, it's on iTunes. You open iTunes and you search for Awesome Podcast, and it comes up.
I mean, it doesn't take a while. It happens immediately.
I'm not sure if they've approved it yet, actually.
Just before we run out of time, I'm just saying, can you think of a more contemptible waterfowl?
I just thought, it's good that Barb's having a good birthday, that's all.
No, ducks are fantastic.
I mean, there's no doubt.
Everybody loves ducks.
No
you can
doubt.
feed ducks.
Egrets.
You go to the park, feed the ducks with some bread.
Of course, geese are a lot bigger than ducks.
Particularly despised egrets.
Yeah, they're bigger than ducks. They're an
ibex.
They're full of themselves.
An ibex. Yeah. Oh my god, if I see a fucking ibex, I'm just gonna puke.
That is where you edit in the stump horn. There's really no question to Back to the Future Part 2.
Really?
Got a minute and 45 seconds.
Oh, that's how long I have to talk about it? Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's too bad we should have talked more about the worst time travel movies.
Oh.
I didn't even start complaining about Doctor Who.
Sliders.
Does that have... I never saw that. The truth is, I haven't seen like hardly any time travel movies.
Hot Tub Time Machine.
Yeah, I'm
Hot
trying to
Tub
think of
What about Bill
now.
and Ted?
Was there time travel in Hot to Trot?
No, you're thinking of Hot Tub Time Machine.
Oh, I didn't see
that. That was pretty bad.
Horse Trough Time Machine. No, yeah, Bill and Ted is a good time travel movie.
That is,
that was
I
a
would
pretty
say
good
that
time travel movie.
what works about that one of the funniest things about that is they're kind of, they're kind of making fun of how kind of silly the concept of time travel is. Where they go through all that bullshit where they're like, oh, well, let's just later we'll go back in time and do this, and then that fucking shit happens.
Right.
Which, when you're watching other time travel movies, you're always saying, well, why didn't they just go back in time and fucking stop this fucking shit from happening since they have a
huge
fucking
trash
time
can
machine?
over the head of your adversary.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's the thing that pisses me off about Doctor Who. He always runs to his time machine. Like he needs to save that 10 seconds to get to the time machine a little bit faster.
This is exactly what I'm talking about, and this is why I have such
I've never
a
seen
problem with time
Doctor
travel.
Who.
Me neither.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
And this is, I know time's called, but this is the one thing I will say. This is what I'm saying. This is what I like about 12 Monkeys, in that the fact that the technology itself is really shitty. it eliminates that problem where, like, oh, why don't they just do this? Well, because their time travel technology is such shit.
What? You know how people sometimes ask that question, like, what would you do if you had a time machine?
Kill
Hitler.
Would you
go back in time and kill Hitler or whatever? The thing is, if I had a time machine, I'd always, I'd never do anything with it, because I'd always be like, oh yeah, I can do that tomorrow. Like, people would come over and they'd be like, hey, should we use your time machine to kill Hitler? And I'd be like, I'll do it next week. I've got a time machine. There's no rush. I could kill Hitler anytime.
Okay, I'd like to point out that the Flowers of Disgust podcast is made possible by a grant from the Sosland Publishing Company. I mean, I just want to say off the cuff that, every day, thousands of food industry professionals rely on Sosland's digital and print information resources. I mean, they trust the timely information, news, and commentary from a broad selection of publications and other online offerings. The Sosland Publishing Company's readers use rich editorial content and interactive tools to help them take action, decisive action, in their business. It is about action.
Sospubco.
Sospubco.
Let's take turns saying amusing words.
Okay. Euphonium.
Seed.
With
a C. C-E-D-E.
None of the same funny words.
Oh, euphonium.
Now, we have to decide what order. No. We have to decide in an order.
Let's go alphabetically.
Yeah, exactly.
By last name first, or
by letter. That means what?
Well, Danny should go first because it's his topic.
No. Don't pass the buck.
Okay.
Okay, so C-D-J-E-J-O.
Okay, so what? Me, Danny.
I think it's stupid that two of us have
Jeremy,
J names.
John.
That is stupid.
Well, why don't one of you start going by your middle names, assholes?
Yeah, assholes.
That's not my middle name.
As far as I know, we have the same middle name.
Wait, what is your middle name, John?
So you don't know what
Lincoln?
His middle name is?
Is it Lincoln?
I assume it's Gibson. Is it Lincoln?
Abe Lincoln, one word.
Yeah, that's interesting, because I know both Danny's middle names.
Yeah. I guess I always assumed it was Bumpers.
Do you guys not know John's middle name?
Is it not Lincoln?
Lincoln.
Isn't it?
It starts with an L, right?
It is.
Oh, it's probably...
No, it definitely
Do you
is.
not know? Did no one tell you either?
No, you guys are both faking each other out. It's so easy.
It's
Is it Duncan?
No, I know.
It's Duncan.
I know what.
Oh, I wish it were Duncan.
It's not Duncan.
Jonathan
awesome.
Duncan Gibson. Let's just pretend it is.
Hey guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's take turns saying amusing words.
Okay. Owl.
Owl.
Okay, Buttercup.
Buttercup.
Hairy Eyebrow.
It's two words.
That's hairy eyebrow. It's my turn.
What about Harriet Tubman?
Hairy eyebrow.
Tubbs?
Tugboat.
Tugboat.
Toaster.
You said it twice, Chris.
I know, but John hadn't said it yet. and I thought maybe he was waiting for me.
You gonna steal his thunder?
No. Hold on. I'm confused. Do we?
I don't know who's starting
rocket ship.
So does a different person start?
No. The person who says it last gets to say the next funny word, and then everybody tries to say it first, and whoever is last in line.
That was not clear.
I didn't realize it was so rigid.
Making up the last.
This would have been easier if you'd explained the rules. Alright, should we start over?
I just made it up as a result of the disaster that is this segment.
I thought it was kind of freeform, just a, like a jazz improvisation of
jazz.
Words.
It's really hard.
Sometimes I wonder, is it even possible to write a consistent story about time travel? Is it possible to do such a thing? Uh-huh. And I think that the answer may be no.
Well, it depends on which trope of time travel you subscribe to.
Can I ask you a question, Jeremy?
Yes.
Which interpretation of
what about
quantum physics do you subscribe to? Because, if you subscribe to the mini-worlds interpretation, then you can throw time travel in there, and it's just I travel to a parallel universe, essentially. So, and that's totally consistent. It's a system that's consistent and makes, it works within that system.
I don't know if... Well...
What do you mean by standard model?
I don't know.
Okay.
I think that thing you described is a bit of a cop-out. Mm-hmm. No, I think that
just to clarify, I don't personally subscribe to the mini-worlds interpretation of quantum
I subscribe
physics.
to the time travel is impossible school of thought.
Right.
And therefore, I think, in practice, when you try to write a coherent narrative on this topic, it kind of falls apart if you think about it too hard.
Right.
Well, I think there are several ways you can approach it in fiction.
DeLorean.
It's
a funny
DeLorean.
Humongous.
Humunculus.
Euphonium. Flux capacitor.
Flux capacitor.
Oh, is it a capacitor? Is it a capacitor? I thought it compacted the flux.
Are you serious?
I don't remember.
It has
capacity to flux.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It has capacity.
Jumbo.
I feel like
blew your mind. It just blew your mind.
That fixes the entire trilogy, doesn't it?
Now maybe you'll
it makes sense.
Part 2.
Rocket ship.
Even makes part 3 better.
Rocket ship.
Rocketeer.
Yeah.
Rocketeer.
Artichoke. Bulbous.
Trucks.
Bulbous.
That's good.
Oh, bulbous.
Mole man.
I'm not gonna say that.
Mothman.
Rummy.
Jumbo.
Not a Mothman. God damn it.
Jumbo.
Jimbo.
Beef.
Oh, beef. Yeah,
Rudiger.
That's a good one. Mutton.
Tube steak.
Tube steak.
Oh, I get it. No, you only say the word if you agree that it is a funny word.
Yeah, if you don't agree, then why would you say it?
Right. Okay, that's a good game.
Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire sauce.
Saucy.
I never liked that word.
Flooring?
Yeah, okay, flooring. Flue. The chimney part, not the past
flu.
tense.
Not like. Wait. What about the disease?
Dip switch.
Switch.
Diphtheria.
Diphtheria. Whooping cough.
Whooping cough.
Whooping cough. Chimney sweep.
Whoopi Goldberg.
Whooping Goldberg.
Whooping Goldberg. Trucks.
What?
Trucks.
Trucks.
What, you mean like more than one truck?
Yes.
Yeah, I like that.
What kind of truck?
Them trucks.
Oh,
That's more than one word.
bottom.
Damn it. Bottom.
Come on, it's a classic. How you can't say
it's a
bottom is
classic.
not funny.
Look, it's played out, but it's a classic.
Bevel.
Yeah.
Bevel.
Yeah, nice.
Deviled eggs.
That's 2 words.
No, delicious
It's
but
a
not
single
funny.
thing.
Reticulated.
Yeah.
Articulated?
Reticulated.
What does that mean?
Recumbent.
Recumbent.
Lenticular.
Lenticular.
Pizzazz.
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 Grunt.
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 Groove.
Groove, yeah.
I mean,
Statistics.
interesting.
Statistics.
No, that's interesting.
Whoa, what
Guardrail.
about... Guardrail, yeah. What about logistics?
Yeah, okay, logistics.
Dog.
Dog.
Lozenge.
Ooh, lozenge.
Oh, man, I wish we had more time for that one.
And we'll never know.
That might turn into a segment.
Yeah, that was a really good one. Well done, Danny.
Are we doing... Oh, right. Are you doing listener emails?
Do you want to do listener emails? It's kind of late.
I think it's fine. It's all about the impromptu banter.
No, Chris is trying to wrap it up because he's the one who has to edit it.
Also, I have a job interview tomorrow.
What's your job interview for?
Do you
It's
really?
with the
And what do you think about these assholes?
fuck them,
Really?
basically.
What
You
do
know.
It's too bad that you're the one editing this.
I'm going to assume that by the time this podcast airs, they will have already passed over me and hired someone else. So I'm just going to call them out as a bunch of assholes. Fuck them.
You should whip out your penis during the interview.
I might just, you know,
I
like...
tell you, that has never not worked for me.
The thing is, I didn't whip out my penis on all the previous interviews, and I didn't get those jobs.
Mm-hmm.
See?
You know,
you better listen to your Uncle Tub here.
Yeah, there's this established pattern of me not whipping out my penis at job interviews and then not being hired.
The legacy of failure.
Yeah, gotta turn that shit around.
I can't help you.
Friend Tea Party! Friend Tea Party!
Topic 4.
Something about skeletons,
Your time
right?
has started.
4.
You don't remember your topic.
I
do you?
don't care.
Okay,
Shiver me bones.
Shiver me bones.
So Jonathan's topic is, what does everybody think about the commercial for the early 90s game Nobody Barely Remembers?
Rattle me bones.
Rattle me
Yeah, I
bones.
didn't even bother to watch that.
I don't remember. I've never heard of it.
Oh, you should have watched it.
I think I did, actually.
See, Jonathan, this is what happens when you throw out a hilarious fake topic.
No, he didn't even go that far. He didn't select any topic,
No,
and
he
Jeremy
threw out
put
skip
one
it.
in for him.
He threw out skip it, but he did say skip it was going to be his topic.
So you think things would have
what do you
gone
like? What do you like
better
about
with
Skip It?
Skip
I just wanted to point out how awesome it was. That I didn't realize this was going in the podcast.
You thought it was just an unrelated So, for the listeners at home, not everybody knows what Skip It is, so why don't you get into that a little bit?
Everybody knows what Skip It is.
Yeah, well, Chris, basically it was a way to play jump rope, except, not have friends.
I love that.
You could do that with a jump rope.
I guess. I guess that's true. I guess it was totally pointless.
Now you had to pay money for it, right? It took batteries.
Yeah, well, jump ropes cost money too.
Did Skip It?
Actually, I don't really know what the batteries were for, because I guess it counted at you or something.
Couldn't it have done that just based on like the kind of
kinetic energy or something,
swinging it around?
Yeah, well, we didn't have that technology back then.
It was like the
kinetic. We didn't have kinetic energy in the 90s. Well, this was in the days before angular momentum.
Chris, what key are you in?
A flat, but this guitar might be out of tune.
Give me an A.
Are you guys just jamming during our discussion of Skip It?
No, we're gonna make up lyrics based on what you guys say.
Yeah, we were trying to play the original theme music from Skip It, Skip It. That's all I remember.
Well, Chris was trying to do that. I was doing something.
I think that was pretty much it.
That's not actually what I was. No, that's not what I was doing.
Chris, give me your A. Give me your A.
A or A flat? A.
Give me A.
Oh, just the note. Oh, that's pretty close.
That's perfect. Okay, so why are you in A flat? What are you thinking?
That's just what I do. That's just how I do now.
I guess you don't care about like open strings or pull-offs or anything like that, no?
Yeah, fuck that shit.
Okay, so you're gonna play an A flat for real?
Or wait, should we be discussing something?
No, not you, not us.
Okay. Do you want to? Okay, I was
the second boards are gonna handle that one.
I have nothing to say about Skip It.
What about Rattle Me Bones?
I think we basically covered it.
Oh, Rattle Me Bones. I have a lot to say about.
Now, what about Don't Break the Ice?
Don't Break the Ice was... I don't even know what that is. What is that?
It was like...
It's another of those board games?
It was a series of plastic blocks, and you had a hammer, and you... I don't know, like you took turns knocking the blocks out of the thing, and then... I don't know, there was some kind of point to it. I don't know.
Remember the game Ice Climber?
It was kind of like Don't Wake the Dragon. It was part of that cabal of video games.
I never played Don't Wake the Dragon. I think I watched that commercial.
Can you play?
Do you guys remember? Do you remember Fireball Island?
I can't handle it.
I remember it from the mention of it.
We may have had Fireball Island.
Okay,
Game
ready?
sucked.
It seemed really great on the commercials.
Really great on the commercial.
A lot of the footage in the commercial was not footage of playing the actual board game.
That is true.
Footage is something else.
That is true.
Lord knows what it was footage of. Don't ask me.
So, did
You can skip over the Gospels.
So how about this?
Skip
Skip
away over the
I never had
sea.
one. I don't know anything about it.
Well, it was for chicks, right?
Skip
No,
on
dudes have
over
skip it.
Now, that's
Right.
probably safe to say that, yes.
I mean, it was just a bunch of chicks in the commercial.
Don't you skip on over.
I think they were. The impression I got, they were like trying to make it like a new like.
We could skip over.
You know,
Okay, so
it
one
was like
ice block is larger than the rest, and a polar bear stands on this block.
Wait, what?
You're
What?
talking about Ice
The
Climber?
stand is turned upside down, and the ice blocks placed into the frame so that the shared uniform compression of the blocks pressed against each other will cause them to stay in place when the stand is turned upright.
No, but I'm gonna keep jamming, Chris. But I actually got my attention was caught.
The players take turns removing blocks by tapping with the mallets.
One
The
block
game
is
ends when
larger
one
than the
player
other.
breaks the ice, causing the
Oh.
bear to fall through.
Oh,
The
you're
player
right,
who
but
That's
removed
terrible.
the most blocks without breaking the ice is the winner.
Wait, what happens to the bear?
The bear dies in the end, Chris.
The
bear always.
And this game is for children?
There's a great picture.
It was originally called Bear Killer.
Wikipedia has a picture of like two 20-somethings playing this game.
Say the bear.
The game
dies
is called
again.
Don't Kill the Bear.
Say the bear dies again. Somebody.
The bear dies? Nice.
This podcast sucks.
You can edit that in.
You guys need to think of better topics.
Someone hasn't played. Don't break the ice.
You know, Danny had a really killer topic.
You know, I thought my topic was not bad.
I think your topic went well.
I think your topic about whatever politics or the economy or whatever last week.
Monetary policy.
Yeah,
That was a winner.
What I liked about
should
that
have committed to that
podcast,
more.
what I liked about the topic is I could just be quiet and not say anything because I had no idea what you were talking about.
Surely you have opinions on monetary policy.
Not that he can confine to 10 minutes.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't want to put y'all's intelligence to shame.
That's appreciated.
Wait, I don't understand.
3,
Was
4.
he just saying he knew so much about monetary policy?
What is that? That is awesome.
That is pretty great.
A. Okay, we're in A. Okay, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
The song that you wrote while you were waiting for the podcast to start.
Yep.
I got the email with the MP3. I didn't listen to it. It was called "I'm Not Ashamed to Be Your Horse" or something.
Proud to Be Your Horse, which I just stole off the database.
You fucking asshole. Asshole.
Yeah, he said his iPad died. He said he's coming back. He said he should be back in time for his solo.
God damn it. Okay.
Don't ask me if I'm ashamed. No. Don't ask me if I need free reign.
Oh, shit.
Girl, you don't need no. Cause I'm proud.
Here we go.
You know I don't need no more space, no. Just slap that feedback across my face some more. Girl, you ain't gonna need no pause.
Are we in A flat or A?
To be yours. That's how it. Yeah, I forgot to say. Yes, I forgot the part that says I'm proud to be a horse. Thanks for joining us on BFTP. You can find us on iTunes and at www.flowersofdisgust.com. And you can send us emails at an address I can't remember. It might be
girlfriendteaparty@aol.com.
Be sure to check out fantastic podcasts at the Cat o' Nine Tails Media Empire, including High on the Cow, Eating Well in Kansas City, and lots of other great podcasts. Don't forget to log on to iTunes and give us a 5-star rating. We'd really appreciate it. And if you're a member, fuck off.
Oh. Don't forget to make a Facebook page, fan page for us.
What?
Don't forget to make a Facebook fan page for us.
I'm going to assume that your microphone is recording whatever you just said, but I can't hear it over the noise.
I'm going to leave.